A beautiful evening for a beautiful event. As we mentioned, First Coast News is hosting a big Thanksgiving feast for those families and business owners who lost practically everything during Hurricane Irma.
So they're all getting a seat at the table, that big table you saw there, which is lining a neighborhood street in San Marco right now. Jeannie and Tim are standing by with a special guest of honor.
And we are here with a very special guest, a VIP.
And a VIP who had a, should I say, front row seat to Irma. You know what happened there. I mean, let's face it. Everybody was hit hard, but if you're in the river, you were hit harder. San Marco, one of the hardest hit, but this was probably the hardest of the ground zero, maybe.
Yeah, and this is your neighborhood. I mean, you live in San Marco, and I got to say, during the coverage, we were on the air 54 hours. It was all stressful. It was all hard. We stayed encouraged the best we could, but there was a moment for me that I gotta be honest, it scared me. And it was when you, nothing against you, but when you said, if you're in San Marco and you need to be rescued, to put out a white flag or a white T-shirt, and I remember my stomach just went, you know. And for you, yeah, for you, what was that like?
Well, I mean, the storm, we knew there was going to be serious conditions. We didn't know exactly what that would be. The reason we evacuated people because of what could happen. Could be flooding, could be wind, down trees, tornadoes. But that storm surge, Hurricane Cat 3 storm surge, it was what I woke up to and was told that we were rescuing people, needed to let them know that we needed to know where they were, if they needed to be rescued. I mean, that was a very real moment. The only thing you can do in that moment is react very calm, knowing and trusting that we have the best first responders that will go out and do their jobs, and they did.
We have first responders here tonight. We're going to be recognizing soon.
Bravo.
But now that you look here and you see these people ready to have a Thanksgiving feast on a dry land where the green trees are showing again, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, I mean, I would express my gratitude to you guys, to everybody that participated in putting this together. It speaks to what Jacksonville is all about, and that is stepping up in times of need and helping our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors, and that's what Jacksonville is all about.
That says it all.
It does, as the beautiful sun sets over the river.
First Coast Strong, and folks, can we hear it for San Marco Strong? Yeah.
All right,
there you go.
Councilperson Lori Boyer, who represents the area, come up, please. Who's always looking out for the constituents here.
Great. Ready for some turkey?
Yes,
very good.
So I would just say happy Thanksgiving. God bless everybody. I'm so grateful that our first responders did their jobs, and those of you that lost so much, praying for you, and grateful that this community is surrounding you.
All right. Mayor, thank you very much. And Tim, we don't want ever to have a hurricane again, but I'll tell you something. These folks tell me they've learned a lot. How many of you feel like you are stronger than you've ever been after this storm? Please raise your hand. Now that says a lot, you know?
Well, it does, and they can help us going forward. I've already been talking to some of the neighbors here, and I think there's a lot of lessons that you all have learned that we will be sharing in future events. There's no doubt about it. There's what we call the meteorology part of the science, but there's the social science, and believe me, I'm learning a lot through research tonight.
And so we invite all of you at home watching us on television right now and watching online as well to continue to join us, because we're going to be serving food. We have 200 people coming, and this is all about resiliency. This is all about rebounding with a lot of spunk and coming with some smiles and making all the rest of us feel like, hey, you know what, we're pretty tough around here.
Well, you know, the song they picked for the documentary 5 Foot and Rising, it speaks to the rising water, but I think it also speaks to then folks rising to the occasion and taking it forward.
That's right. When tough stuff comes, we rise. Back to you guys in the studio.